Jaya, Jaya, what a beautiful evening. Mindgasms or mental gasms. I get a kick out of figuring out things. I remember when I was a kid, I would find the solution to a mathematical problem. This feeling that suddenly the energy flows and is activated. So this is something that I'm still doing in a certain way. I'm just going to show you, look at that. I've been sorting like notes and quotes and papers, and I've got like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages and quotes and notes on spiritual training and spiritual development. And the reason why I'm doing it is because my mind, my head, my mental body needs to understand and have a very clear and strong foundation in the logical and rational brain. So when it comes to spiritual training and tantra, we think, okay, it's all about embodiment and emotions and sensuality and feelings and unleashing and shadow work and all that. And of course, that's all of that. And we don't forget about the head. We don't forget about the mind, because having food for our thoughts and food for our rational, logical thinking is really important as well. So, don't get mistaken. The fact that you engage in a spiritual development practice in the tantric field doesn't mean that suddenly you stop thinking rational and logical thoughts. When we make a distinction and we create a hierarchy, and saying that, for instance, feelings are more important than thoughts, or that your rational brain is going to trick you, or things like that, that's not my experience at all. Rationality and thinking is an incredible power. It's fantastic. It's powerful that as human beings we can have thoughts. Those are mind objects. They are like refined little codes of energy that anchor a certain vibration in our fields. And so, don't discredit that part. Even if you are in the spiritual journey, there is a whole range of exploration which has to do with knowledge. The mastery of knowledge. Vidya Yama means knowledge mastery. And within the spiritual field, you have scholars studying texts and exploring all that. And all that is really 100% part of the spiritual path, part of the tantric experience. Okay? I just want to put this out there so that you understand that, in my field, I don't make a distinction. I don't create a hierarchy between, approaches that are better than others. You have dhyana, you have sadhanas, you have vidyas, you have all of that, and all that depending on the vibration, depending on the frequency that you prefer, you are going to dive into one or the other of these streams. But it's a vast, wild, open field of possibilities, and you can have powerful mystical experiences by optimizing your thinking abilities. Yes, it's a powerful spiritual power, as much as, the feeling, the sensations, the embodiments, all that, the embodiment and the integration of, spiritual truth on a mental level is as important as integrating in the energetic or emotional body. Okay, so this is really important to understand. That's my message for you today. I've been the whole day there sorting out notes and checking everything that I've been accumulating in terms of notes and insights. I wake up in the morning, 4 or 5 a.m., the sun is rising, and suddenly, I have this, these deep, profound insights, and I start writing all that down. And probably you have as well, right? You have your intuitive abilities being activated, and then eventually you start designing these models of reality that start making sense. And sometimes you touch a truth and you touch an element that you channel into your field, and you go like, oh my God, this is one of those aha moments where there is a breakthrough of energy and everything becomes, gets aligned and makes sense, right? You feel this passion, right? Sometimes for this mental and logical integration of things. I come from a spiritual background, from a science background many years ago, And in that field, well, yeah, I took lots of pleasure and fun in figuring out the models. And now that I'm in the spiritual field and personal development field, I didn't stop doing that. I keep on designing models of evolution and integration, so that I can really transmit that in a way that is coherent and makes sense. It's really important to me. Big love from this beautiful, shiny, magical evening.